All right, time for our next moving to Florida update because it's been quite a bit, and we were just there, well, a month ago. We're a little late because we have lives and we're busy. So we're now finally sitting down to do our update to moving to Orlando, and I think we settled on an area.
Riverview.
Yeah.
So it's on the south side of I-4 where you're saving some money because that north side of I-4 we learned very quickly is like ridiculously getting out of hand with pricing. So when you go to that south side, not that I want to go near I-4. I was dreading that. It's an hour and a half from the park, so it's further than I wanted to be, but you have the Florida Keys 5 hours away. You have Sarasota, St. Petersburg, Tampa, all within 30 minutes. You have Wesley Chapel, which
so
is
you're
up and
much
coming.
more removed from the tourist bubble, which is initially what I wanted anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with being that far away because I wasn't intending. I never wanted to live a half hour on top of Disney or Universal or all the parks, but we realized very quickly when we were talking to a realtor on a drive down there, like we're that quickly within 6 months we're like being priced out of those areas like that are an hour away from the parks because the market is just still so
Yeah,
crazy.
she said like the pricing is going up like $3,000 a week on houses. All I know is we can't afford that shit, and we're going to the south side of I-4. It's a beautiful neighborhood. It's huge. It's mature, but then like the new section that we would build
8
in.
years old.
Yeah, and the clubhouse is fantastic. It has like a fitness studio and party like area and 2 pools and basketball
we
courts.
prefer some land, but in order to afford land, you really have to go into the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
and where there's nothing really safe for Melody.
Yeah, no, I
We're
didn't
always
like those
thinking
areas.
of, the community that you live in. You know what I mean? We're working full time. Melody needs places to like walk, go and keep her out and things like that.
And there's actually a daycare and an elementary school in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
So like if she got a job at one of those, that would be fantastic because it's in the neighborhood. It's like a really nice location. Like the neighborhood is set far enough back and it has like a strawberry farm and like all different things. But then like you go onto this side of the neighborhood and it's pretty built up. Like you have all your shops and stuff. So like it's kind of best of both worlds. Not getting a huge house or a huge land plot, but enough for my pool.
And what I liked about the neighborhood is the whole design, well, at least the phase that we're looking at, there's no one that has the back of their house backed up to anyone else's property.
Yeah.
There's like either backing up to woods or you're backing up to a pond, like a retention basin. So you're even, no matter where you get a plot of land, you don't sit on your back patio or pool and have an immediate neighbor right behind you. So we're looking at the Trenton model. 6 bedroom, 2 bath. It's a little weird.
No, it's 3 bath. Because there's one in the front area. Yes. There's the master bath, and then there's one upstairs, which I am really shocked. There's only one upstairs for that because the house is it's large,
comparable in size to what we're used to living in right now. It's just a single home, not a twin, and you don't have a basement, so your upstairs is much bigger. Because you're losing the basement.
And I checked all the kitchen cabinets, and none of them have that side.
The corner cabinet?
So, seriously, what I look for in a house. Like, I walk into the kitchen, I was like, if I see a corner cabinet in here, we're just walking out.
So we will, next time we go, we're looking at October again, probably. Depending, like, if things happen quick, like right now, I'm still wrapping up a few projects in our current home. Have to show it. There's a few stipulations even in the pre-approval process, which we're working out. So one of them is obviously guaranteeing you have work, which my job I can transfer. It's just you have to word the letter correct in the right way for the lender to like feel comfortable knowing you're going to have a job in Florida, as well as due to the loan structure and everything else, we would need to actually sell our house, like have it under contract to be approved for that house. So it gets very tricky with the loan and buying out of state. So we're still all navigating that, but the house, like the plot that we're looking at, isn't even on the market yet, which I'm surprised. Because when we met with them,
I'm actually really excited it's not.
Yeah, no, I'm glad it's not yet.
It just makes me nervous because the longer it sits, like, I mean, we don't have the pre-approval, but the longer it sits, the more expensive it's going to be. It's already like
the interest rates have already gone up another 0.5% since we've been down there. So, like, the longer it takes to contract all these, like the home values,
Because
Could
with
be still going
Lennar, we buy into that price. So if it
Yep.
was a month ago, with the lower interest rate and that lower house rate, like that's what we're contracted in to buy it at. But
The
there's
longer
all
we
these
go.
little things that we have to do.
You know, the only positive is with interest rates coming up, that weeds people out of the market. They're not going to be looking
Yeah.
to buy, to
Hopefully.
where it's less competition for when we do put our bid in. You know, once it hits the market, you know, when we finalize the pre-approval process. Hopefully, it's just less competition in the market, because I'm not going to overpay. You know, I mean, we can look at the house all we want, but if there's competition outbidding it, like, I'm not going to.
Well, I'm not going to go into a bidding war
You
for
know.
a house. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just wait for the next plot.
Yes. So the other good thing is, yes, if we miss out on that first plot that's next available for that model, you know, a month or so down the road, you know, they're still building that model within that phase. So, you know, we'll
Yeah,
have
because
another
there's
shot
a
at it.
huge
So.
amount of houses, like a lot of houses still to be built in that phase,
Yes.
because that phase is brand new.
Yeah. And so we will show that next time we go in October. I was going to say we will record like that area, just, you know, for anybody who might be interested in Riverview. Like I said, it's, you know, it's now 90 minutes away from the tourist bubble. Like, we didn't really get much to look around ourselves, that area of Tampa. We never even been to Tampa. In October, we're going to do some more exploring of that area. And we do have to do Epcot because
Oh yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy ride open.
Listen, I can't go to Florida
And it'll
without
be
like,
our
going to
anniversary.
Disney.
So it looks like it'll be our anniversary day at Epcot again. Before we even like went to Riverview, the first area was Groveland.
Oh my gosh, the house there.
So they had a model
I love it.
that already had a finished next gen suite. It was huge,
I love
like
that
square
house.
footage just for the
The
next gen.
Peabody.
Yeah, the Peabody model. So we saw
I want that.
But again, we're already priced out of buying that.
Yeah, Groveland's like really like they were pretty open about like it's not like yay right now, but they showed us the phases for the next 3 years, how that town is growing. It's like up and coming. So I was really excited about that. However, I think I'm shockingly, even though being further from the parks that I wanted to be, I think I'm more excited to go into Riverview because there's just so much more like with the St. Pete and Tampa, and
Yeah, you have options of
like,
different places to go.
you just go all the way down the shoreline there, like Naples.
The
like,
like being that close to like some of the most renowned beaches.
So right
in
there,
that country.
That's where I was like, okay, because if you know me, you know, like I could live on the beach. Like I'll be at the beach, hopefully with my laptop working from the beach. That's goals. North side I-4 versus south side. There's certain things in the house that I feel look very, very nice and sharp. One of the big things was, so Lennar has, what was it? Like 40, 50, 60.
Your footage.
Yeah, so
of your like your living room space.
Yeah, so if you're 50
or the width of the house.
So if you're 50 or 60, you get these beautiful gray like slate tiles that are like rectangular rather than the big white tiles.
Square tiles.
Yeah, the big square white tiles. The fixtures, every single fixture is different. Granite countertops throughout. Better sinks. Like it's just the little details. Like the doorknobs are like those.
They're lever knobs, not round knobs.
Just beautiful, beautiful fixtures, nice upgrades, like they just look so sharp. So then you go to the south side of I-4 and you're like, what? So
it's the regions of Lennar.
Yeah.
We found out. So we've only ever talked to reps from the central or Orlando area of Lennar builders. So then we go to Riverview, which is a totally different thing. So like there were some differences.
Lennar Tampa, like that's what it's considered, like that whole area. Now I first noticed because I had to use the bathroom, of course, because it's an hour and a half drive, and I go into the bathroom. I'm like, what in the hell? Like it was like 1981 came back in
because of the
bathroom form, like the
tile.
Fixtures were like those
the towel racks and things like that.
The towel racks.
I mean, things that are easily replaceable by yourself.
I just don't even. I'm gonna ask them like, please don't even put them up because I don't want to have to fix the holes in the wall. Like, just don't give us any toilet paper rolls. Don't give us any towel racks. Like nothing. I don't want it. Even like the sinks, like the sinks like were really cheap
like
and
90s, like
like
rounded, sticking up out of the.
I was like, oh, and the walls. This drives me crazy. And I'm like, well, why did they do this? They say it's an upgrade. It is not an upgrade. I think it's the cheaper way out because
It's not.
the upgraded houses didn't have it, but they round
Yes,
all the stupid corners in the house.
It takes more to round the corner than it is to finish a square edge.
Why? I just want a square corner. Square?
It was
I don't want
a
it
Florida thing for the longest time, and then they started moving away from it. But I guess Lennar hasn't yet for that area. But that saves you money.
It's
Not
saving
paying
us
for all this
like
stuff.
if
We
we
can afford the larger house.
yeah, like I mean, I love the house. Like it's beautiful. It's got room for everybody. My dream is I want my kids, I want my grandkids there. I want them to be comfortable. Honestly, I don't think we need to leave the neighborhood other than work and to get food.
All right, so next trip will be October. It's not definite, but that's what we started talking about. And a lot can happen since we're in that pre-approval process. If things fall in line, and even before that house becomes available, and we are able to get a value for this home, and things move that quickly, we may not need to go in October because we may be moving soon after. So we may be flying down for like a long weekend or something to meet.
Job interviews.
Yeah, to go over contracting with the house and all that kind of stuff prior to October. All right, so subscribe below to follow along to our moving updates. Till next time. Last tag.